Top 10 sets in the last 4 years. We're going to take a look at everything driven by demand right now. We're going to talk about the top players and then the not so top players, but realistically, there's more hype to it than that. Number one right now, arguably in 2025, you got Prismatic Evolutions as our GOAT. Prismatic is the special set that everybody wants to pull. The second you see it in a store, it is gone. The secondary marketplace is hot right now. The big new item that is in the market, let's find it just so we're all on the same page, is the figure collection that just came out. The figure collection, where are you on website? Please find me the figure collection. Man, where is it? And this is sad because I just was staring at it. I thought I had it prepped for this video. Prismatic figure collection. Why is it $100? I thought it said $19. Okay. The Prismatic Evolutions figure collection. This right here is 11 packs and 2 promos for $110 to $120 right now on Facebook Marketplace. It was sitting at $100 yesterday in some areas. People were just throwing it out there to get rid of it. An ETB is $130 for 9 packs. Keep that in mind. Pokemon Center ETB is about $330 right now. So Prismatic is a hot contender for sure when it comes to all product. Prismatic cards, the singles, are still in high demand. About $1,100 for an Umbreon, $300 for a Sylveon, $250 for a Leafeon, $200 for a Glaceon, $200 for a Vaporeon, $200 for Espeon, $180 for Roaring Moon, $160 for Flareon, $160 for Jolteon, $120 for Eevee. And that's your top 10 cards right there. Cerulege is 110 cards. If you hit a God pack, it's basically like a 2.5 to 300 to $2.5 to $3,000 God pack right there. And then if you graded them all PSA 10, it's in the ballpark of what's that? $1,100 to $1,300 you get from it, and it's just a absurd amount of money you can pull from this set. Prismatic, no two ways about it, is number one in 2025. The other title contender for 2025 would be Destined Rivals. Nothing too crazy when it comes to the singles market, but the sealed product was heavily botted when it first came out. Destined Rivals ETBs on pre-release are at $125, and now it's right back to the same price as the pre-release. Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETBs are at $330 right now, and the booster boxes has been sitting at $380 for a while. The cards itself, Mewtwo has come back down to earth under 500. It's chilling around 475 right now, 490. It's sitting out there right now, so I mean it's still up there. But this card is still high value. It's over 1,000 in a PSA 10. Is it still Team Rocket's Mewtwo? What is it we're looking at? Team Rocket's Mewtwo PSA 10. About $1,200 for a raw copy right now still. So it's still up there. Cynthia's Garchomp's at $230. Ethan's Ho-Ho's finally dipped under $200. Team Rocket's Moltres is closing in on the $100 mark. Nidoking's gone under $100. And then everything else is between that $75 and $30 range there for the top, rounding out the top 10. Misty Psyduck has finally fallen under the $50 mark. This is interesting to see. Misty Psyduck was one of the hardest cards to grade in this set for a while. I'm going to have to check the pop report on all this soon. I haven't done a pop report video in a long time. In 2024, Paldean Fates was our GOATs. Bubble Mew, it's been moving. Bubble Mew's gone north, south, east, and west for a lot of this stuff. Charizard EX is your secondary card there at about $250 raw. Gardevoir is about $120. Pikachu's about $35. Iono's about $25. Snorlax is about $25. Mew's about $25. Charmander's about $25. Penny is about $20, and then Ditto rounds out your top 10 at $20. If you have these cards, check on them for a PSA 10. Even these shiny cards are hard to grade, so they could be worth sending in and seeing if you can pull them back into PSA 10. But outside your top 3 here, you know, most of these singles, if you just want to finish the collection, buy them on your own. Don't try to rip them. The other set, this was arguably the most hype set. Paldea has a big draw behind it with the Bubble Mew, but the Surging Sparks set of itself with Pikachu out there, a lot of people came back for another Pikachu set. The booster box has been readily available for about a week now. You can find it between $220 and $240 out there right now. Pokemon Center ETB is at $230. It hasn't had that jump to $300 yet. And then the ETB itself is on a fire sale right now. You can find it in almost every store. And it's a good pickup because just about 3 to 4 months ago, it was sitting at $115 in card shops. So a $70 ETB is nothing to play around with. People are like, oh, it's over MSRP. It's $10 after tax. It's about $10 over MSRP. So what are we really complaining about here? Are you complaining because you want it for the cheapest price possible? If you have 5, I get it. You know, if you want to find MSRP, nothing wrong with that. But if you don't have Surging Sparks and your kid wants to rip it for Christmas, paying 10 extra bucks and sitting on it for a couple months is gonna make your kid's day. So just keep that in mind with what you're trying to do here. The cases are a little bit tough to talk about because there is a premium factored into cases right now. So, and then there's also the idea of behind it, you got to get it from a trusted seller. So just keep that in mind too. In 2023, we had 151. We were spoiled and it was gone, and now we wish it was back. It's gone up, it's gone down, it's come back around town. The 151 ETB sat at like 999 for a little bit, maybe dipped to hit 1,000, and then it dipped down to 860, and now it's back up to what, about 900? No, 850 is where it is right now, unopened with some dents. So yeah, it's about 900 for a more minty one. 900 for our 151 buddy. The UPC is still up there at 550. It's not coming down. And then the ETB is under 400 now. This one is priced in pretty well, but the singles are where a lot of people like to pick them up because this is a fun set to master. Charizard EX is 230 right now. Venusaur is at 80. Blastoise is at 70. Zapdos is at 65. Charmander's at 50. Squirtle's at 44. Alakazam's at 40. It was about $50 a month ago. Bulbasaur's at 34, Charmeleon's at 30, and Pikachu's at 32. These cards are in great shape. If you can find a minty copy, definitely add it to the binder. Worth it 110%. So for us to go into Crown Zenith era in 2023, you know, this is the end of the Sword and Shield sets. Nothing too crazy when it comes to the ETBs and the Pokemon Center ETBs. The PC ETB is about $450, and then the regular ETB is about $200. Nothing too crazy when it comes to this set. If you can pick up this set, if you can find a nice box, you want to trade into it or just keep it, you know, it's definitely worth it. There are some nice cards in Crown Zenith, but nothing too crazy when it comes to a lot of the product here. The Galarian Gallery is where this set's at, and I don't think I'm going to be able to find it quickly because I think I misclicked it. Let's check. Yep, here we go. Galarian Gallery is where this card's had their secrets at. Giratina V-Star, ooh, it's raw, it's under 200. Mewtwo V-Star is about 150 to 175. Arceus V-Star is about 115. I see Arceus the most out of all of them. Dialga's at 80, Palkia's at 70, Leafeon is about 54, Deoxys about 52, Glaceon's about 50, Darkrai's about 45, Suicune's about $40. A lot of nice cards in this set to round out your top 10. Definitely a set worth ripping if you can get it, but at the same time, it's a nice investment set too. Nothing wrong with Crown Zenith. Big shout out to Crown Zenith there. And then I want to make sure I'm in the right. Yep, Lost Origins is 2022. 2022 Lost Origins was a big winner when it came to it. You can argue Silver Tempest is the GOAT set, but at the end of the day, it's the Giratina from 2022 is what really drew everybody's eye. It's about $600 right now. Aerodactyl goes up to about $190. It doesn't want to break that $200 mark yet. Shout out to Aerodactyl. And then everything else from there is sub 20 bucks. So you're better off if you're looking to buy some of these, just buy them. Save yourself the hassle of trying to rip this set. It's worth just buying the singles you want from this, whether it's Giratina or Aerodactyl. I bought the Aerodactyl myself because it was just way easier than trying to even think about ripping some of this product. But then again, the Aerodactyl costs as much, or if not more, than the ETB right now. So if you can find a Lost Origins ETB for $140, Lost Origins Pokemon Center ETB is chilling at about $290 right now. $290, and then the booster box itself is sub $700 right now. It's around $650 realistically. Silver Tempest, I want to make sure I'm getting the dates right. Yep, this is still 2022. Silver Tempest in 2022. We're looking at our cards from here. You got your GOAT, the Lugia. It's shot up a couple months ago. This card was not where it's at today, let's put it that way. And then a year, yeah, it was about $100, $200 is where it's been at from about 6 months ago. I'm like, maybe I pick it up. And then it had another leg up. So about $400 for this card right now. This is one I wish I grabbed, but unfortunately, it's not my day, not my cup of tea. Booster boxes for this set are up there at about $430 right now to $440. It was under $400 about 2 months ago. The Silver Tempest Pokemon Center ETB is at about $270, and then the Silver Tempest ETB itself is about $100, I believe. Let me double check. I want to make sure we're getting the right information here. The Pokemon Center ETB, yep, never mind. We're good with that. I'm like, wait, is it Chilling Reigns? Chilling Reigns was the first one, so shout out to Chilling Reigns with the first Pokemon Center ETB. I was like, wait, I think it might have been Silver Tempest. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Chillin' Reigns it was. 2021, you're looking at Evolving Skies as your most popular set. Everybody knew that. That wasn't too hard. But what is impressive is the fact that the Umbreon now is sitting above $2,000. The Rayquaza for the single is at over $700 now. The Umbreon V is sitting at around $500. The Dragonite V is sitting at around $420. Sylveon's about $400, Leafeon's about $400, Rayquaza's about $300, Glaceon's $300, Espeon's $175, and Sylveon's about $162. This set is nothing to be joked around with. Booster boxes are up there at about $2,500 right now. No, let's see. I don't trust that one. It looks like crap. $2,200 for an Evolving Size booster box. And then the runner-up for this would be Fusion Strike here. We know Fusion Strike is a popular set with the Gengar. Market price at about $750. Espeon's about $330. Mew V Max is about $230. Mew V is $100, and then from there it falls off. But there are a lot of cards in this set that you can definitely pick up for the cheaper side. Even the Gengar V, the Mew V. There are cards that people like out of the set that are worth grabbing. The booster box for this set is still under $1,000 right now, but the ETB is probably your buy when it comes to it at about $220 to $250. That's where you can find that range for that one. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to buy these sets. Hey guys, it's Pat's Projects. Comment what you think you are ready to rip out there or just invest in. At the end of the day, everybody's got their way to play. So I hope you guys know what you want to do. And remember, at the end of the day, knowledge is power. Until next time, everyone, Pat out.